After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hi everybody, welcome to Pen, Hook, and Needles, episode 124. It is Tuesday, October the 10th? No, 14th.
No.
14th. October the 14th. And we're starting a little later than we intended because we had a mishap, which we will talk about later.
Yeah.
I want to welcome all new and returning viewers. Thank you very much for joining us. We are glad to have you with us. We do want to welcome our newly joined members who signed into the group.
Signed in.
They officially signed in. Some of whom have even...
My tea's cold.
Mine too. Some of whom actually left messages in the thread, the new people's, what is that, the welcome thread? The
I'm very, very, very behind. I have not been able to catch up on sleep since I came back from vacation due to various different work-related, Fiber Festival-related, different related things. Staying up at night has been very difficult.
Right. And I was all caught up. I'm just not caught up in the introductions thread. I did welcome everybody via private message, but I haven't had a chance to get on the boards. I will as soon as I can. But having said that, I do want to welcome our newest members. I think it's E.H. Seals, who is Bernadette. Welcome aboard, Bernadette. To Nandy, who is Heather. Welcome, Heather. My iDestiny, who is Tammy. Welcome, Tammy. Crafty Knitter, who is Crafty Knitter 7, who is Sue. Welcome, Sue. Phyllis Joan 46, who is Phyllis. We welcome you.
Do you want your writing a little bigger?
Yeah, I guess.
Let me make this a little bigger for you. Is that a little better?
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you can actually see what you're reading.
Yeah. Nana Suze, who is Susan. Welcome, Susan. Our Sislin, I think that is what it is. Who is Robin? Blackjack's 21.
I feel like I've heard of Blackjack's 21 before.
Well, it's a pretty common term of cards.
Well, I feel like I've heard of her before. Maybe I have.
I may have seen her around. That's Shelley. Hi, Shelley.
Hi, Shelley.
Little Bobbins, who is Danny. And I believe Danny is a new podcaster.
I was going to say, I feel like she sounds familiar, too.
Ba Bats. Oh, I love that. Ba Bats, who is Emma. Welcome aboard,
Probably
Emma.
a spinner with the bats spelled that way.
Probably. And then Debbie J. Jackson, who is Debbie, who made it in just before today's podcast.
Yay!
So really glad to have you all with us. New and returning, we have now gone over 300 members.
Yay!
So we are going to have a giveaway. So before we get into the toy along, I'll give you the specifics for the giveaway. We have 305 members, which is exciting.
And as soon as you say 305, someone will leave.
Yeah, I know, because it was 306 before I got on. That's okay. That's all right. We're at 305 right now, and we hope to have more. But in the meantime, we are going to be having a giveaway, 3 prizes. I will show you the prizes. One prize will be these 2 skeins of neon sport weight yarn. Great for toys, great for socks, great for hats, all that kind of neat stuff. We have these 2 skeins of, and this has never been used, it's just a very loose ball band. On Your Toes with aloe vera. This is a 4-ply sock yarn. 2 of these for one winner.
Yay.
And then we have, this was gifted to us by, these here were gifted to us by Bella Socks, who is Aileen. And these are Patton's Croy socks. So
some awesome prizes.
Awesome prizes. Two skeins of yarn for each of 3 winners. And what we want to know from you, we're going to open a thread, and what we want to know from you is either what your favorite holiday cookie is, or what your favorite holiday movie is. Okay? So we'll open the thread after we finish the podcast. Tell us what your favorite cookie is and your favorite movie. And then after the week is up, you'll have a whole week. We will draw the prize next week for the 3 prizes. And then we'll mail all the prizes out, including the ones that we did for the cardiac read-along. We've been waiting for a couple. We still need a couple addresses.
Yeah, I only have Victoria Blues.
Yeah, and I've got everybody. I got one from Atera today.
Okay, good.
So we still need a few more people, their addresses, so that we can send those off. We hope to get them all off sometime at the end of next week or the beginning of the following week once we've pulled the prizes for the 300. We just wanted to make one trip to the post office if possible.
Indeed.
So, okay. So, yay. The Toy-Along is coming strong. We've seen a Bakery Bear, which is really cute. And
did she post her toys?
I posted the second one for her. We've seen 2 or 3 patches by Susan Claudino, and I sat there and I had to stop myself. I was starting to do her double, and I thought, wait a minute, it's just Bakery Bears and Franciscan Gypsy designs that are double. But the patches are turning out really cute. The little pumpkin jack-o'-lantern thing with they're cute. Anne Just Hip posted in the Toy-Along thread a link to
Mom, you kind of out of the screen a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. To a pattern by Fuzzy Mitten, I think is her name. And you can see the link on the Toy-Along. We do not have her yet on the Toy-Along thread, but if you were looking for knitted toy patterns, along with the Susan Claudino and the Chiwa Love and the Susan B. Anderson, this lady has fantastic patterns. We looked at them and said, oh, I wish I could knit that well, because they are so cute.
They are really cute.
They really are. So I believe her name is Fuzzy Mittens. We will find out for sure and link it in the show notes or link it on the Toy-Along thread or both. So you can find it, so you can have another choice that you may not have heard of. She's really, really cute. Okay. The Toy-Along goes from October 1st through the 31st of December. It must be toys that are knitted or crocheted. If they are not toys, we will whoosh them along into the show-off thread where we can ooh and ah about them there.
Oh, sure.
So that they get their due oohs and ahs, but if they're not toys, we will move them. But you guys are doing great with that. I just wanted to make sure that you knew if something got posted by mistake, why it got whooshed. Projects and chatter will all be in the same thread, but only the projects and the whips will be counted for prizes. All whips and all finished objects will be eligible for one chance at a prize, except for Bakery Bear toys and Franciscan Gypsy design toys. Their finished objects are eligible for 2 because they are featured patterns. So everything except Bakery Bears and Franciscan Gypsy finished objects get 1 chance. Those 2 get 2. And it's in the show notes. Toys can be used for whatever you want. They can
Did this shrink again?
No, it's just, I don't know. It didn't shrink. It's just the way it was. For some reason.
There you go.
Thank you. Projects, okay, I said that already. Oh, you can use the projects and toys for whatever you want. They can be for Turbo Ninja 64's ambulance. They can be for your Christmas gifts, for your own gifts, whatever you want. We just want to see the toys.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We will allow double dipping of projects on our end of the Cal-Cal. Of course, it will be with the Bakery Bears, who are wonderful. If you haven't seen them yet, please go look at them, join up with them, so you can get double chances and enjoy a wonderful podcast at the same time. If you make it out of pink, it can go into Knit Nerd and Knitting Den's Pinktober. And if it is a Halloween stuffy, it can go into Undead Yarns project as well. So lots of opportunities for prizes. So make toys. Okay.
I need some of that bottled energy.
Please feel free. What energy? Who are you talking about?
You.
Please feel free to make the Toy-Along known. Okay. We like to have as many people taking part as possible. If you are lurking in the shadows and you're thinking about joining the Toy-Along or would like to, please do so. Join the group. We'd love to have you. Did I mention Packing Knits?
No.
Packing Knits mentioned in a PM to me a toy. It's called Captain Cat Battler, the Catnip Mouse, and it's free. We will link that again either in the toy along or in the show notes. It is a free pattern. It is a knitted toy mouse with a little eye patch and everything. It looks like a little pirate, and it's a cat battling mouse. So it sounds like fun. It's a masquerading mouse? I don't know. So check that out, and thank you, Packy Knits, for that. We appreciate it. Okay, 1 whip per project per week in the thread. If you finish an object, you can go at any time. Okay, if you posted a whip and you finish the project the same week, you can put that finished object in that same week as well. That's fine. Please tag your projects PHNBBT, Pinhook and Needles, Bakery Bear Toy 2014 on Ravelry, and on Instagram you can have hashtag PHNBBToys Toy 2014. No S, just toy. Okay, and I already gave you the list
and
of
that,
designers.
I think, is in the show notes somewhere. Or in the,
yes,
it's in the toy along.
It's in the toy along, as well as the designers that we had mentioned. You know, Bakery Bears, Franciscan Gypsy, Susan Claudino, and Susan Anderson. And why did it do that?
Well, because I'll fix it for you.
Susan Anderson, She Will Love, and Patrick Booth and Stacy Trock, among others.
Is that good?
Yes, that's fine. So that's that. And some of you may have noticed a new toy designer who joined our group. She has a cute little whale or narwhal or whatever that is as her avatar. Kaori.
Really cute.
Kaori. I forget what her rab name is, but
she has like 40-some.
And they're crocheted. So if that balances out the new the new knitted one. Okay. So yeah. All right. Moving on. Now that I've talked your ear off about the toy along, keep up the good work. We're seeing some wonderful toys. Can't wait to see the finished objects. Okay. How many whips do you have?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wow.
9. Been busy this week. Kind of, sort of. I guess I go first.
Yeah, I guess you do.
Okay.
I'm not used to you beating me out for whips.
All right. Should I show my acquisition first?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Well, there needs to be an explanation because it also explains how that relates.
Yeah. This is actually an acquisition that I wasn't supposed to get until Christmas, and there's a reason for this. When we were setting up today, got our tea and our stuff all set up on the tables, and the TV table got jostled because we're moving around. I was moving around, and my show notes fell down and knocked the tea over, burned me, stained a couple of my bags, and yeah, it was not a happy thing.
But there's a side note about the Knitting's My Bag.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. The Knitting's My Bag bags that I have, I was amazed because I must have lost about maybe an eighth or a quarter of my cup of this cup of my tea, okay? My chai tea, which many of you will know how dark that is, onto bags and onto the surrounding area here. It did not touch my projects. It wasn't even wet on the inside. It was soaked on the outside, but it was not wet on the inside.
Because Knitting's My Bag bags, if you are familiar with them, are double layered.
Yes. If you and Plover Bird, I believe, are the same.
Yes, they are.
Knitting's My Bag, Lois's bags saved my projects. Okay, so if you are looking for good bags, this is a true testimony, and I hope I'll be able to show that the stains are out. Later on, right now they have spray and wash on them, but I know that the peacock one will be fine. I'm a little worried about my pink and white French ladies bag. I put some spray and wash on. We'll see if that works. If not, we may overdye with tea and see if that.
Because I think if you overdye it with tea, it will look like it was done on purpose.
Well, what I'll have to do is I'll have to make the same thing. I'll have to get the chocolate and the two-thirds regular tie and the 1/3 chocolate. Otherwise, it won't match.
Yeah.
So I'll do that, and we'll probably put it in for 5 seconds and pull it out, and it will be a little darker probably. But
I think more likely we have to do similar to what, not actually soak it in there. We'd actually have to get like a rag or something and slap it on it. So the inside doesn't get affected.
Yeah. But I just wanted to give a plug for Lois. I mean, we don't normally hard sell anybody, but this is something that needs to be said because her bags are that good. They did not let my project get soaked. So
Her project didn't even get touched.
It didn't
not
get
a stain.
touched. The inside wasn't wet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was really, really well made. So just a shout out for Lois for that. Her bags are very well made. Having said that, Taya felt bad for me, and apparently she and Denise from the Knitting Den. Everybody knows how I like owls. Is this bag not the cutest thing you ever saw? I mean, just look at those owls and gifts. And I will use this all year round. Denise and Taya have been in contact since before the retreat. It has a beaded zipper pull with an owl. Focus.
There we go. It's focusing.
There. So this is what I'm keeping my first project. I love this. I really do. Denise, it's a great bag. I love it. Taya, this is absolutely fantastic. I love it. Thank you. Made me feel 100% better. Even made the sting out of my burn. I don't know if you can see. I got burned when I had tea right here.
I think it's faded.
It's fading, but it stings still.
You can kind of see.
It's just a little red. I'm being a baby because I can. So
she gave this little whiny noise when I put cold water on it.
Did not, in fact.
You're like,
I went, eh.
Yeah, exactly. Little whiny noise.
But this is what was in my lowest, my Knit is my bag.
The one that really got
the French lady's bag. Not damp, no stain, nothing. And I did about 2 or 3 rows on this. Not a whole lot, but I did work on it. And this fits beautifully in here. This is a very nice size bag. Got the just plain white on the inside, which is perfect. So I don't have to go searching for my stuff. I can see it very well. Has a nice little handle. And a zeded bumper pill with my owl, which I love. And the kickaboo bags.
And actually, Denise knew it was a gift, so I went into the main bag to try to take the receipt out so you went to see it, and she'd already planned ahead and didn't put the receipt in.
She's
smart.
Awesome. And this almost feels like it's quilt material. It's very heavy and well made. But anyway, that was my project in there. I am very happy. I feel a lot happier now. I do. Yeah. I have an owl bag. This is a cute owl bag. I love it. Okay, do I need to do another one?
Yes, because if you have 9 and I only have 7.
Before I do, this is the cockatiel that Taya was talking about. She made me. This is Chua Love. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to make sure I showed it to you before I forgot.
And why did I make you cockatiel?
Oh, for cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Well, I had 2 cockatiels. My first one was...
This one's definitely cinnamon. This
one is cinnamon, and there's a reason for that. Cinnamon, I was first married. I hadn't had a baby yet, and I miscarried my first baby. My husband went out and bought me a hand-tamed little baby cockatiel, you know, hand-trained and old enough to be out away from the mother. And it used to sit on my shoulder and nibble at my earrings, and it wasn't the brightest bird. It would fly into the wall, into the trash can, shake itself off, fly into the wall, hit the trash. It was brain damaged. But it was the best little bird. I loved it to pieces. Had its wings clipped so it wouldn't fly away, so we thought. And one day my husband came home with a typewriter or something. He was, you know, had his hands full. He couldn't open the door, and I had the bird out, so I put the bird in the back room because I didn't have time. He was, you know, my husband needed the door open. Opened the door, and the bird flew out. So I had another cockatiel after that named Schultze, but it wasn't the same. Taya made this for me so I could always have cinnamon. And that looks like cinnamon. I mean, right down to his rosy cheeks. It was just cinnamon. So.
And the stupid expression.
And the stupid. They got the flat beak from hitting the wall. Because my kitchen didn't have a wall. It was
well, I think the pattern actually called for felt for the beak and for the cheeks. And
I like felt.
And I just went ahead and crocheted them.
Yeah, that is perfect. But that's the story behind cinnamon. And I will go on to project number 2 so that Taya can get to hers. My second project is another blanket, and this was the other. This is the replacement. My owls. There's a pattern here. This is the replacement for the peacock bag that is drying downstairs. I have decided to switch colors up and start kind of do color palette around when I, you know, blues, then greens, and then moving onward. I've gone into the greens now. So, oh wow, this shows up pretty well. You can see the green really well.
Nice.
Okay. So that's where I am right now. I'm basically doing stash yarn. Some of them are from projects, some of them aren't. And I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's easy to work. It's fairly mindless. I don't know what happened here. I'm going to have to...
You probably skipped a stitch or something.
No, I think I just pulled it. I can fix that easy enough.
Well, that was the one in the other damaged bags that might have been dumped.
Yeah, and again, no dampness, nothing. So, that is that. And I think it's your turn.
Okie dokie, so...
Oh, and this is a Knitting's My Bag owl bag, medium size. And the other one was a Kickapoo bag for Denise. Okay.
The first project that I'm going to talk about is Springtime, which is
There.
which is the Diana's hat, by Joanna Johnson. I am using Cyborg's Craft Room yarn, a sock late in the Without Borders colorway, and I'm making this for Davina. I feel like it's dark in here, but oh well.
But
I think it's just later in the day.
Yeah, and we don't look washed out and doesn't
No,
look...
I think it's just my personal impression. And
Yeah.
also, I didn't get my tea as soon as I wanted to.
I can heat it up for you again.
No, I'd have to make a whole new cup. My tea's done. Let's see, hold on. I've got knots.
Oh, that's not fun.
And it's a knot in such a place that I can't actually pull my project out until I get the knot out.
There we go.
Almost there.
It's such a pretty yarn.
It is.
She made another one.
There we go.
She made another one that I almost picked up. I still have it in my cart, actually. It's different kinds of blues and stuff. It's variegated. I don't know what I would use it for. That's why it's still sitting in my cart.
So, here we go. I mean, it's a little dark, but it's pretty true to color.
It's pretty true, yeah. It's looking so pretty.
So, it's a lot of fun to work on. Definitely Davina's colors, not mine.
Mm-hmm.
But getting closer to the point where I have to start thinking about the decreases.
So is this the ribbing for the around the face?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, and then this is the part that'll flop.
And Davina wears these hats all the time.
Oh, yeah, she does.
She alternates between Brittany's hat, B-Wing's hat, and the one Ty made her all the time, every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
She loves these hats.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find like a worsted or DK version, so if I don't want to keep getting fingering yarn, I can.
Oh, right. That's fingering?
Oh, yeah, this is fingering.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't realize that.
This pattern calls for fingering.
Oh, I didn't realize that. All right.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why your sweater yarn is going to work.
My sweater yarn?
The one for your purple and green Joker sweater?
Oh, right. Yeah, my husband calls my beautiful Shenandoah sweater, my dragon sweater, or dragonfly sweater, he calls it the Joker sweater.
Because the colors are green and
purple and green. I don't think it's a Joker sweater. I like it. Okay. Pinktober is in my other Kickapoo bag. My little one here. I think the one you got me is medium.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's bigger than that one.
Yeah, it's bigger than this one.
I don't know if she has any set sizes.
Well, she does, but she changes them up.
Yeah.
And this is my Pinktober project. I don't have a name. This is a Sorabelle scarf. No surprise there. I just wanted something I could do to support the Knit Nerd.
And it's very apropos that it's in a Kickapoo bag.
Yes, it is. And it matches. It matches.
Mm-hmm.
See, Dawn, I'm matching. Yeah, Dawn started that a long time ago. And that's Wolf Farms, in case you are new. But this is, you guys have seen me do this pattern a gazillion times. This will actually be a scarf, I think, because it'll probably be going to charity. I like this pattern, and there's not a whole lot more I can say about it. I am using a G hook as opposed to an H hook for this one. I'm not sure what hook it actually calls for anymore, because I keep switching them up as I feel the need. And yeah, that's this. Put that back in my Kickapoo bag.
You can do another one?
That's 3 for me, so
I've done 1. I have 7.
I had 9 and you had 7. I did 2 of the first, and then I did this one, and you did 1.
Okay.
I think you're okay. If necessary, and we see, I can do another one toward the end.
Okay. So, in the TARDIS bigger on the inside bag, I just call it bigger on the inside because it looks bigger on the inside to me. this is a plover bird bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a toy design in here that cannot be shown.
Oh, okay.
So, voila.
All right. My next one.
I need chocolate or tea.
You want to go heat up your tea? We can pause it.
I'm going to steep a whole new thing.
Okay.
Because I'm tired.
See, what happened was, when all this happened, we left our tea. Neither of our teas are as hot as we like it because it took about 30 minutes to get everything done.
And I finished my tea, but it feels almost like I didn't get any of the energy from it. That I
Oh, you did
do.
finish it. Okay.
But I feel like bleh.
Mm.
Do you want a new cup of tea as well?
No, I'll just finish this.
Alright, we're going to put you all on pause. Hold on 1 second.
And we're back.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I needed a fresh cup of tea because I'm running a little low in the energy area.
And I went down and checked on my bags, which are looking a lot better than I thought they would. So I'm happy about that. Okay. My next project is in, let's see, I believe it's in here. In my plover bird bag. Yes, it is. This is my plover bird Je t'aime bag, little sock bag.
Je t'aime?
Je t'aime. I love, or I like. Je t'aime. Je t'adore. I love. Somebody who speaks French will be able to say it better than I do. I have very rudimentary French. But anyway, my project matches too. This is my Shady Bale Mobius project from the Cerebel scarf pattern. Yes, it is. And this is I'm using an H-hook for this, and this is Marigold Gin yarn. It is the Swamp Thing colorway, and I got this. I believe this is her sport weight. I think I have her tag in here.
I think you did get the sport weight.
This is Swamp Thing DK weight. It's 100% merino superwash, 250 yards. And I got this at the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival where I met Jenny, and she is fantastic. Her daughter is fantastic. Their shop is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Her daughter does hobbledehoy, right? Yeah. And this is the Swamp Thing colorway, and I absolutely love this.
Is that color showing up well enough?
It's kind of close.
Let me see if closing the door helps. Is that better? Or worse?
It doesn't kind of going like that. You can kind of see the variation in it.
Sorry guys, we're at a point of the day where
the sun isn't helping much.
Yeah.
This is a tonal. It has kind of a dark, not quite a forest green, but thereabouts, kind of with pops of like a grass green, maybe a little bit of a spring kind of green, very little of that. And it's really just flat out pretty. It's just Jen does a great job with this. And I'd heard a whole lot about Marigold Jen, but I'd never used her yarn. So when I saw her there,
and actually we stumbled on there on accident. We were done.
Yeah, we were done. I mean, we were just looking around. We saw hobbledehoy. Didn't realize that. Well, first of all, we checked out hobbledehoy because it's Emily's fault.
Yeah, we
Fibertown.
We don't spin, so we weren't going to pick up any.
Yeah.
We just wanted to see what all the hubbub was about.
Right, because Emily China Fools from Fibertown mentions hobbledehoy a lot, and she mentions Gourmet Stash, and we did damage at both places.
Yes.
Although we didn't do hobbledehoy, we did Marigold Jen,
since we don't spin.
because we don't spin. But the colors on both areas, the spinning and the yarn, are very good, and I'm enjoying this immensely. It's soft, and it's going to be so pretty around my neck. I just love it. It's very pretty, and it matches my bag. So, yes, Marigold Jen, very good stuff. I had never used her yarn before. I will definitely use it again. Very nice stuff.
I guess it's my turn. I guess I will be talking next on what is in my llama bag. So this is Clover Bird's llama bag. It's a fisherman's cardigan, which is the Sarah pattern by Jennifer Hagen. I am using Barocco Comfort Chunky in the barley colorway. And I got probably about 4 rows.
Oh, wow.
Ish done.
I guess 4 rows looks bigger with the bigger hooks, needles, I mean.
Just trying to stick to my yarn. Okay.
This is
So,
really pretty.
yeah, these are big needles. It's
11s? 13s?
I think I did. We're going with 11s. Yeah, 11s.
Mm-hmm.
So, there it is. Cable's made of awesomeness. This is
so
the
pretty.
spine. And then, wraps around. It'll be a zipper.
So this is the back
sweater.
and the front together. The front, it goes.
Yeah, it goes like
that. Yeah,
like that. So
very nice.
it's a very detailed sweater. It's got three charts I'm working off of right now. One for each second section. Right front, back, and then left front. So I'm enjoying this. I can't do this when I'm doing much else that requires thought, or if I'm tired. This is not a good project, but I'm enjoying this thoroughly.
It's a challenge.
I do love my cables.
It's so pretty. It's going to be really nice when it's done.
And I love having it in the plain, traditional color.
Mm-hmm.
It really makes the cables pop. So, yes, they're a piece so far. It's not very high up at all.
Well, you're making progress.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
This is not something that gets a lot of work at a time. This will be a long-standing project.
What do I do with my... I keep losing my hooks. Helps if I put it back in the bag where it belongs. In there. Okay. All right, my next project is in my Knitting to My Bag sea turtle bag, which I'm glad didn't get anything on it. This is my Chattelas, aka Chat Noir project from the Selena Cat pattern by Franciscan Gypsy Designs. And I have...
No, it's not from the Selena Cat
No,
pattern.
I'm sorry, it's from the Akobe pattern.
It's from Akobe's pattern.
I have it down by Selena, but it is from the Akobe pattern.
And you have it in the right... Oh, isn't he looking cute?
So I did this part of it, and I started on the body.
Here's the original.
There. Can't really see both eyes. You have to turn them for me. I'm challenged directionally. Okay, and here I'm... This is the...
He's going to look so
start of the body.
cute, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be so cute.
He looks like a ninja right now.
Yes, he does. Oh.
She does.
She does. Oh.
Chattelas.
It's going to be so hard for you to get rid of her.
Yes, but the recipient will love her. I've only got about... I'm starting to unravel the ball here. That's not much left.
What a good choice for the eyes.
Yeah, this is the... what I did my gold Cerebel cowl for myself. That's what those eyes are. I didn't want yellow. I wanted gold because Shadow's eyes were not yellow. They were gold. So, yeah, I'm having fun with this. I hope to finish it soon. I don't know if it'll be before October's over. I hope so because I'd like to stick it in, stick her in Heidi's Halloween along. So yeah,
She's looking really cute, Mom.
I like her. She's coming along really well. There. Okay. Just toss that along. Out of the way. Okay. Your turn.
Okay. So, let me actually just peek back so I'm not in the middle of the row. This is my scrap log cabin blanket, which is, the idea is based off of a log cabin blanket. I've never read any pattern for log cabin blanket. I just heard people talk about it and figured, oh, this is how it's done, and that's how I did it. I've never read the book that the pattern's apparently based on.
The recipe, yeah.
Yeah, this is just one I started. So this is using a variety of different yarns that I've used over the years to make different projects. So here it is. The kind of funky side right here is hand spun. I'm kind of mad at it because it's making my thing all funky.
Well,
I'm hoping when I put the layer that comes over it,
it'll be fine.
It'll fix it. It makes me mad though because the hand spun's messing everything up. It was my only little bit of hand spun. I'm not putting any more hand spun in this. Not that I have that much, but
it'll be fine. I mean,
it's messing up my pretty blanket.
Blankets don't have to be flat.
But it's messing up my pretty blanket.
It looks gorgeous. Yours is much more classic looking than mine is.
So it's making progress. I I had to add the extra colors that I just finished adding into my show notes, because I've been, not my show notes, into my project page, because I'm trying to keep track of what project each little log was used for. And I think the last one I wrote down might have been the hand spun. So I still need to write down the white from Grandma's sweater, colorwork sweater, this from Azusa's petals, and then this is from my toy horse, arabesque.
Yeah, I have to put down mine on my notes as well. I'm about two or three behind.
I'm not being overly picky. As long as it was used in a project, that's my only qualification right now, because I don't care if it's nice yarn or semi-nice yarn or
blanket.
It's a blanket. This was some Hobby Lobby. I think it was Yarn Bee with some alpaca in it.
Yeah, I think that was Yarn Bee, actually. I think it was Yarn Bee.
I think it was too. I can't remember. I haven't written it down in my notes yet. I can look it up when I'm putting it in.
Yeah. Okay. All right, my next project is the Lady Sunnyside pattern, which I have not yet named, by Tanis Lavalley. I did a gauge swatch using the Knit Picks Harmony US 7 circular meters, as I said last week, and I did get gauge. And I didn't really do a whole lot because Talia hasn't been here, and I kind of need to be walked through this. It's not as easy a pattern as we were led to believe. It's not a hard pattern. It's just I haven't done a lot of these things before, and I'm not a real confident knitter. I did the provisional cast on.
It uses some skills that I've only recently used.
So the yellow is the provisional cast on, and then I did the first row, and then I had to stop because my husband came home. So that is all I've done on this. I did the provisional cast on.
Yes, you did.
All by myself. Talia watched, and I did it. So, and we have the front side marked with a big blue marker.
And what is the green and the orange marking off?
That is the cables.
Yes, that's your chart section.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hope I remember what you told me, because it's been about a week since I've had a chance to work on this.
Well, I marked off your chart with the highlighting, so that should hopefully help.
Yeah, I just have to remember how to do it, because we were kind of rushed when we did this, and then we didn't have a lot of time with the, why didn't we have a lot of time? We just didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of stuff. She had work schedule, and then
our work schedule was a little kind of funky, and then Dad was home.
Yeah.
And whenever Dad is home, there's not really a lot of knitting time.
No, I mean, he doesn't mind. I mean, he doesn't stop us from doing it. It's just...
It's more that it's not a lot of focused.
Yeah.
Where you don't have the time to sit there and do a lesson.
Because we're watching movies, and we're talking, and we're doing this and that, like you do with family, and that's important. So, yeah. And it's in my Ploverbird Chai Tea sweater bag. And hopefully I'll make progress on that, because I'd really like to make that sweater. Okay.
Well, in the same vein, in my Batman Ploverbird bag is my Lady Sunnyside. This is Caliente.
And she's a lot further on it than I am.
The sweater, which is Lady Sunnyside, is by Tanis Lavalley.
Oh, I know what my name was. I forgot. It's Ocean Drift.
Okay, well, she has Ocean Drift, mine is Caliente.
Yeah.
I'm using Dragonfly fibers in the Traveler base in the colorway Airport Hot Sauce. And I'm making size 36. Mom's making size 34. So,
it is so pretty.
I am thoroughly enjoying this. I finished the collar section that Mom is on, and I am now in the main part of I'm starting into the body. So there's the back.
Do you still have the provisional cast on? Is that gone?
Oh, it's gone. The provisional cast on was right here.
Where?
You see this section here where the cable...
Oh, okay.
Like
That's right, because you said I had to do it that way, and then I had to do it that way.
Yes.
Okay.
You see that bump of a cable right there? That's where the provisional cast on was, right here. So, anyway, there's the back of the sweater. And then the cables that are on either side of where the sleeves will be. There's... You don't really see the front very well yet, but cause it's still small. There's where the front is going to be. So right now where we're at, basically,
Very nice.
We're not very far along.
It's coming.
It's coming, but
as I said, we haven't had a lot of chance to...
Well, no, I've gotten a chance to knit on this. It's just, it takes time.
I'll probably be done with mine, like, but I'm in a nursing home.
But I like the construction. It's a fun knit. I know that when I was watching Van Helsing, I managed to drop a stitch, which I can't. I noticed a couple rows down. I never do that, so I had to go and repair it. I just dropped down and picked it up, but I've never dropped stitches like that.
We like Van Helsing.
But yeah, the construction is awesome. I'm really enjoying this.
I can't wait till mine looks like that, if I ever get to that point.
You will.
Alright, and am I next?
You are next.
Okay. My next project is my Golden Child project. It is from the Ear Flap Hat Pattern by Candy Jensen, and I'm using a 6mm J-hook and Red Heart Fabuland, which is a vintage yarn. I think I'll be using a wine color for the trim. I was going to use blue, but I decided to use wine. So this is where I'm at. I finished the head part of it. I'm working on the first ear flap right here. I don't know if you can see.
It's kind of barely showing. It's just because it's small.
It's just a little bit. You can see the end. That's probably as good as it's going to get.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what I'm going to be using, it actually matches the bag. I didn't realize it until I put it in here. I think I'm going to be using this to trim it.
Well, that'll be good.
Yeah. My husband wanted me to use white, which I looked at it with the white. It looks nice, but I think for a baby hat or even a toddler hat to have white trim and white for the ties, it will look icky after a while. So I think I'm going to use this wine color, just like we have here. And I did switch out the hook size. It's a little bigger than it would have been because I couldn't find my eye hook with the handle that I like to have on it. So I'm using a J hook.
You probably should have gone down a size, knowing your tendency to be big.
Well, I don't think it's going to be that big.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to wash this because it's not a very stretchy yarn. It's a vintage yarn, and it's not as soft and it's not as stretchy. It comes out of this book.
Not the yarn, the pattern.
The pattern, yeah. And I can show you how it's supposed to look. Like that.
It's shining.
Yeah, I'm trying not to show them the pattern. So, and I had to run that pattern off so I don't ruin the book. I just stuck it in here when I needed to podcast. So, that's that.
Oh, this tea is really good. Okay. The next one that I'm going to talk about is one that was not started last week. Should I have two that were not started?
Yeah, I have several. That one wasn't started last week either.
I'm going to start with this one first, because this one at least I talked about starting. This is Sophie. It's the Meet Kit Hat pattern by Rebecca Bowers, using Knit Picks Brava worsted in the white colorway, and it's for my coworker who picked up that extra shift for me, so I could get some sleep. So
It's so cute.
it's making some progress.
It's adorable.
And I should be getting close to the point where I have to start considering the little bit of a flip, yeah. I got some green ribbon for it because the blue ribbon I had wasn't nearly thick enough. So this will be for her 10-year-old. I'm hoping it's not too big for her head.
I don't think it'll be too big.
Yeah. She says her daughter has a small head. But
Hopefully it'll fit her.
yeah.
Is it stretchy? Okay, should be fine.
Well, my concern was more that'd be too big than too small.
For a 10-year-old, I don't think so.
So. But yeah, that's this so far. It's because it kind of fits me.
Like not really, like a Yemiko maybe, but and I'm not being facetious. I'm serious. It would fit right off the top, you know.
Yeah. So progress has been made. And I mean it's an easy, boring crochet.
And what's the bag?
Oh, this is my Dr. Seuss Cloverbird bag. I think British Contingent.
Rosemary? Rosemary. Was it Rosemary? I think it was Rosemary who gave that to you.
Her name's not Rosemary.
No, but that's her rap name.
It's not her. It's Rose something, but it's not. It's all Rose Bob.
Oh, Rose Bob.
I was like, her name was not Rosemary.
Okay.
Rose Bob
Yeah.
gifted me this bag.
I knew it was Rose somebody.
I was like, her name is not Rosemer. I don't know where you're getting Rosemer from.
Yes. Oh, that's another person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was Rose Bob.
Yes. So that was very nice of her.
Yes.
Okay, my last project is one that I hadn't started, but I had been wanting to start for a while. It's in my Fantific bag, my Fantific Miracle bag. Wonder, miracle of miracles. All right. This is my Remembering Miss Marshall shawl from the Bubbles Wrap pattern by Gina Lynette. The yarn was gifted to me a couple of Christmases ago by Talia, and the pattern was gifted to me by the designer. I was the first person to cue it, and she surprised me. She gave it to me. I thought that was really sweet of her. And I apologize, Gina, for taking so long to make this. I didn't have enough yarn, and I had to go back and find it. It took me a while to find it. So this is Socks That Rock, Blue Moon Fiber Art Socks That Rock, medium weight in the sky blue pink colorway. So I'm making this for Pinktober.
And there's a story behind this.
There is a story behind this. Miss Marshall was my third grade teacher. And
eons ago.
Eons ago. I was a second grader, so it was really eons ago. But she was
because she was smart. She was one of those obnoxious people.
It was a mixed. There were 3 or 4 of us second
She
graders.
was just obnoxious.
In the third grade. So we were in that third grade class, and Miss Marshall had this plan. If we learned our addition facts with flashcards, we got a blue, I think it was a red or blue ribbon, and then the subtraction was red or blue, I forget which one, and then multiplication I think might have been purple or green or purple, I think. When we did our division facts at the end of the year, we were supposed to get a sky blue pink ribbon, and I don't know if it was difficult for her to find or what, but I don't remember getting my sky blue pink ribbon despite the fact that I learned my division tables. But anyway, I loved her. I remember her now, and even now, and this is in memory of her, in honor of her, because I lost track of her a long time ago. But she was a super teacher, and she was very inspiring. So I started this a few days ago, and it moves very quickly. It's a wonderful
Let's bring it up
project.
so you can see the pink.
And there is pink in here.
It was showing up better at a different point.
Yeah, it's very hard to see.
You can kind of see it there. It's
around.
subtle shades of pink.
It's very subtle. The pinks are very
It's
subtle.
not showing up very well on the camera.
No, it's not. And I'm hoping that when I take the picture, you'll be able to see. But the colorway is called Sky Blue Pink.
There's some right over there.
I will have to post this project with the ball band so they know that it's Sky Blue Pink.
I mean, it does have pink in it. You just can't see it very well.
Yeah, it's here. It's Sky Blue Pink.
It's showing up a lot better when you actually look at it.
When it's sitting in my lap, you can see the pops of pink in it. It's a very subtle colorway. The pattern is fantastic. I love the pattern.
And since it's called bubbles wrap, you think of bubbles with a little pink. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? As a kid, when you watch Cinderella, the cartoon, she's cleaning the floor, and you see all those bubbles that are blue with a little bit of pink. That's what I sort of think of.
Yeah, it's a perfect. And if you go to Gina Lynette's pattern page for this, or if you go to the Bubbles Wrap pattern, she'll tell you the story behind it. It's very sweet. So yeah, I highly recommend it. It's a wonderful pattern. I'm enjoying it immensely. It goes by leaps and bounds. I had to fudge the hook size because it's slated for a lace weight or fingering, and I'm actually using a sport weight for this. I didn't realize that Socks That Rock medium was a sport weight, but it is because it said sock yarn. So stupid me, I thought it was a sock weight yarn. So, but I love it. I'm having a blast with it.
Well, didn't technically say sock yarn, it said Socks That Rock, and you just assumed that all of it was.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Let me see.
Because I picked that up when we just started.
Yeah,
so.
you picked up one for me, and then I went back and got 2 more. It's a good thing I did because I think this takes up to 1,200 yards, and I'm going to be squeaking with it, I think. Yeah, playing a little bit of yarn chicken.
Okay. So, the last one of which I'm going to speak on, do you have any left?
Mm-mm.
Okay. The last one which I'm going to speak of is one that I started after the podcast. I think it's actually literally after the podcast last week, like as soon as we got off. This is, I'm calling it the Oklahoma Hello. And if you guys watch the musical Oklahoma, that's a reference to a quote where Ado Annie is talking to her fiance, fiance, boyfriend, whatever he is at that point in time.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know what she
wants.
wants.
And she was asking if he would give her one of those Persian goodbyes, you know. And he was like, well, no, you know, Persian goodbyes, Oklahoma hello, outmatches that. And he in the version that I like, the Broadway version with Hugh Jackman as Curly, Will picks her up, flips her over, complete flip, and then gives her a kiss. And that's the Oklahoma hello. But the colorway just makes me think of the wheat fields and the like for Oklahoma. So this is Zuzu's Petals, a pattern by Karina Spencer, and this is Marigold Jen's 100% Superwash Merino in the Spun Honey colorway.
She has some gorgeous colors.
So this is very nice. I'm in the lace section. And this is the time of year where I start wearing a lot of my Zuzu's Petals. This will be very nice with something black. Actually, with just about everything. Like if I wear plain red, if I wear blue, this will go with just about everything.
Well, it's almost a neutral.
Yeah.
Almost.
So, very fall-like. The only thing I probably wouldn't wear it with is this.
This what?
This yellow I'm wearing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking myself. Although it will work.
It'll work.
It's just not as nice as it could be.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been...
Oddly enough, I don't think I would wear it with whatever colors in there. You know?
Yeah. No, it kind of has to be a pop against something. So it's been a fun knit. I've always enjoyed this pattern. This is her worsted weight. Because there is a DK version of the Zuzu's Petals. I've never worked the DK version. I've always worked the worsted. And I've made, I think this is my 5th Zuzu's Petals.
We do have our patterns that we like.
And it's in my Turtles Plover bag.
Okay. Do you have any FOs on the bookshelf?
I do not.
None on the bookshelf. I do have on the bookshelf. I have quite a few on the bookshelf. I have been busy. Let me do the one that I have a single of first. This is the bottom of my bag. Whoops. Come here, Happy. Okay. In my plover bird.
Did he fall all the way down from there?
No, I brought him down.
Oh, okay.
For the toy along. In my plover bird, Animals in the Park.
Oh, George.
Yes, for George.
Your snake.
I finished Lady...
Miss Sherbert, as he calls her.
Miss Sherbert.
Sherbert the Lady Snake, as her name is.
This is the Cerebel scarf that I did. It's my Foggeria scarf. It's going for charity. It is finished. So, I think it'll make somebody happy. It'll be going on the shelf or in the box or whatever, or if somebody knows of someone who's doing scarves. You know, collecting scarves.
Did Cafe Gert stop doing the scarves?
Right now they seem to be focusing on hats.
Okay.
Hats for kiddos. And we will talk about that in just a minute as a segue into that. This is my finished object. My next finished objects all have to do with that. In fact, the hat I showed you earlier is going to Caffeinated Gert. I know that Turbo Knitter had suggested, Kenneth had suggested somebody else, but I'm not a member of that group, I don't think. And I knew Caffeinated Gert, Danielle. I've been a long-time member for her, and now with Allie. And she's doing these hats for kiddos up to 3 years of age, special needs. I didn't realize there were special needs.
Oh, that's a clincher.
So they're all going to her. So in my this is my bag, Faith, Hope, Joy sock bag. I have the rest of my finished objects. You already saw this one. This is not.
Oops. Hey, since I got the stitch marker, does that mean I win?
No.
No. It wasn't even fun. Stitch marker there.
This is thank you. This is you already saw this one. It's going to her as well. Now I made all these since the last podcast. It's a very simple pattern, which I really enjoy. I can make 1 or 2 of these in a day. So I made 1, 2.
And this is orange, not pink.
Yes. This one's purple. 3. This one's variegated. My husband likes this one. This one is got the variegated edging. That was Davina's suggestion. This is yellow and blue.
Wolverine and Cyclops colors?
Yeah. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half if you count the other one.
She's really gotten a lot of crafting done this week.
I really...
Me, not so much.
I really wanted to get these out. I have to mail these out probably tomorrow or whatever, because as soon as I finish the other hat and wash them, because I only have to the 20th of October, I think.
Ooh, you need to pick up it.
So I need to go ahead and do that. If they continue doing it, or I can just start making more for the pregnancy center or whatever.
You spat on
I
me.
like... Huh?
You spat on me.
I did not, in fact.
You did, in fact. It was very unkind of you.
So this is what I'm doing for hats. This is for the Caffeinated Knitting podcast. It is Caffeinated Knitting, right?
Is she? Yeah. Is she still caffeinated knitting?
I think it's still Caffeinated Knitting, but I think it's Caffeinated Knitting with Caffeinated Gert and Crafty Alley, I think it is.
I haven't watched them in a while, but I'm way behind on their podcast. Anyway.
I know who they are, and I have been watching. I'm just not used to the new name yet. So you can check them out, see what their prerequisites are, if you will, what their rules are for this. They're collecting hats for kiddos that Allie works with. I think it's a really good cause. If you're not doing it for Turbo Knitter, or even if you are and you want to split your hat donations, it's up to you. Check them out and see how long they're accepting the hats for this. They have some good prizes for this as well. So if you want to do that, I think it's a really worthwhile cause. So yeah, that's it. That's my those are my FOs.
Okay, so let me. Royalties?
I have a ton of royalties.
Good heavens, Mom.
Yeah. Well, what happened was my husband went down to the shop on the bottom of the hill. You know, that Snooks. You know that shop at the bottom of the hill that you wish you could go to? He went there, and they had a lot more yarn. I wasn't planning on buying anything, but...
Let me just do mine first, because I just have one.
Oh, I thought you didn't have any. Okay.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, that's right. She went to the bottom of the hill, too.
But I just picked up...
that's a gorgeous color.
7 skeins. They were $10. Hopefully it's the yardage I think it is, because I have a sweater in mind for it.
Yeah, we're thinking it's about 1,400 square yards.
1,400 yards, hopefully,
yeah.
in here.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what yarn this is.
We thought maybe it was knit picks, but...
It looks kind of like the yardage might be knit picks, but I have no way of telling how much is in here. I'm going to be playing some yarn chicken.
Well, I think you need to do the wraps per inch, and then
I think that's not going to help me, because I don't know if there's full skeins in here.
Well, you have to weigh it afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I have enough.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I'll just take it out and have enjoyed the experience of knitting something.
And you can find something for it. I mean, there's going to be at least...
No, I know exactly what I want to knit with this.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying there's going to be at least 700 yards in there.
Yeah.
I think there's probably closer to 1,400 in there.
I think I have enough to do the sweater I want to do.
It's a pretty sweater.
And if not, I'll rip it out and do it with a different yarn. But I think I have enough. More likely, I'll try to see if I can match the yarn. But
we'll find out what it is.
I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, they didn't have it named.
It's a mystery.
I had gone down there, and originally what I bought were two things. I'm going to be out of screen for a second here. This is 12 skeins of yarn for $15. It's a sweater's worth of yarn for $15. It is Barella Bernat machine washable yarn, and I checked it. I think it's a little over 200 yards. I had to check it on Ravelry. It's at least 200 yards. So I've got like 2,000 yards here of this yarn. I mean, it's washer dryer, dryable. It was a really good deal. If I decide not to make a sweater, I can make a blanket or a shawl for $15. I mean,
good price.
$15. I got that, and I got this for $14, which is 8 skeins. And this, I believe, I found out was either a DK or a sport weight. And I had to check as near as I could tell. I think it was like 150 yards or something like that. I forget what it was. I wrote it down somewhere.
My tea's all gone.
In this color, and I said to my husband, I said, I think I have enough. They had another package like this. I think I have enough. He said, go back and get the other one. So this was when I got my first trip. The second trip I took Talia. She got her yarn there. I picked up the second package, which is this. Okay, the second package, so I have enough to make whatever I want. And I picked up there's 9 skeins of this Gedifra, and I also checked the yardage on this. I think I have something like a little over 1,000 yards with this together, the red and the blue. I want to use it together. And it is a cotton yarn, and I think it's very, very pretty. I mean, it just struck me with the 2 colors together. It makes something pretty, like a shawl, probably. Maybe I'll remake the shawl I gave to Kay.
Right.
And, because I like that shawl. And I forgot that when I went down the first time, I also got a couple of, they had some loose skeins. I didn't pick up a whole lot of these. These were like $1 or $2 a piece. They had this in patterns, and I got 3 of these, I think. Because I thought, I had the idea, I think, maybe making a scarf or something with cables out of this, or something like that. I picked up 2 of the patterns in the blue, and then I picked up this color. And I can either use these all together, I could use these 2 together, I could use them all singly. Patterns is a good yarn. If I don't find a use for it, you guys may see it up in the prize bin, because Patterns is a nice yarn. I think it's a nice prize. So that's the damage I did there. And I didn't, because of the fact it was down at the bottom of the hill, I didn't spend that much. It was like spending a quarter or half as much, and I got some good deals out of it. And I was happy with it.
Oh, I forgot to show my ribbon.
You want to show your ribbon?
I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's in my room. I'm not going to go get it.
Oh, that might be a while.
Hey.
Okay.
But I did remember to bring my tea.
All right, show your tea.
Picked up some tea when we went to Borders. We were celebrating this weekend because I finished paying off my college loan. So 5 years after graduation, the loan's finally finished. So it's a big, exciting thing. But I didn't feel like buying a whole lot crafting. I think because of the Fiber Festival. I'm kind of feeling how much yarn I have.
Yeah.
But I did pick up some tea because I've been on a tea jag. This is Cranberry Blood Orange.
That sounds really good.
And this was from Books-A-Million? Yeah.
That's the only one that's left here. Since Borders closed down.
I have Cranberry Blood Orange. That was what I was drinking the first time. That's a black tea. Then this is High Calf Caramel Black. I haven't really necessarily noticed that it's kept me any more awake than any of the other teas.
Can you taste the caramel in it?
It's a subtle taste.
Because I've never...
Don't have it with milk or anything. You just have to have it with some sugar and black. Most of these I had to just have with sugar and
I don't put cream
black.
I don't put cream in my tea. Chai tea has some in it already.
This is coconut cocoa.
That looks good.
And this one's caffeine free.
I might have to try that one.
And then this one's probably my favorite one. Of course, this is a limited edition. I'm not sure if it's limited. I'm hoping it's just a limited edition that has Downton Abbey on it, because I don't care if it has Downton Abbey on it. The tea is amazing. This is English Rose Tea. This is so tasty. That's what I just finished drinking. And it's got hibiscus, rose hip peels, apples, natural raspberry, natural rose, rose petals. So I'm hoping it's just limited edition that it has Downton Abbey on it, because I love this tea, and I'd be very disappointed if they stopped carrying it.
I need to have to try that maybe at the store or whatever
before
I buy it, because I sometimes have reactions because I have hay fever. Sometimes I have reactions to certain of the herbal teas. Oh, that smells really good.
This is my favorite, actually, the bunch that I picked up.
Okay, no graphic novels?
Nope.
Biography?
Worked a very little bit on the shared story. Been watching a lot of westerns because I have not been able to stay awake through podcasts. I've been so tired. I will catch up once my body adjusts back to being on my normal schedule. I've not been able to adjust back. But that being said, I've been watching a lot of westerns, and also been reading Dad's 50 Greatest Westerns books.
I found that for him while we were at Walmart a couple weeks back. I said, I got to get this for him.
Most of the ones from 1939 to about 1980 something. We've watched most of them. Because I think 1985 was the last one I had actually seen, because that was Silverado. And the first one on the list is 1939, Destry Rides Again. Because I haven't watched...
love Destry
I
Rides
haven't
Again.
watched Gold Rush. That's 1925, and I believe that's with the Tramp.
With Chaplin?
Yeah, I believe that's Chaplin. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I've seen that one either then. We just watched Destry Rides Again
Recently,
yesterday.
So most of these we have at least seen part of,
Mm-hmm.
from 1925 till 1985. I actually personally think Silverado is one of the last classic-y westerns. It's definitely a modern western, but it has a feel of some of the classic ones. It's not a matter of blood and gore, and it feels like a classic western. So, been enjoying flipping through this, learning a little bit about different pieces and parts of favorite westerns. And those of you who follow me on Instagram know that I've been watching Rawhide recently. Actually, I watched Jane because of this thing, but here's Clint Eastwood in Rawhide.
Gotta love Clint Eastwood.
And this is actually when this must be later in Rawhide, because it's actually in color. The time period I usually watch the Rawhide is black and white still. When he's actually really young. He's not quite as young here. But I've been enjoying that. Watching Rawhide, watching different westerns. Watched Jane for the first time forever. I loved that book as a kid.
It's an excellent movie, too.
It is.
I did a little bit of writing. I wrote part of an article for work. Started writing for Fantasy Free Write, only about 70 words. I've been kind of, not blocked, but,
I had to work really hard to write yesterday.
I think that I've had so many things going on in my head, I can't focus on anything. You know, I have a whole bunch of designs in my head, I have a whole bunch of ideas in my head, and none of them get out. So, it just
I'm out of
kind
yarn.
of sat there. Have been reading, though. I've been reading The Sword of Shannara. I'm almost finished, I think.
I'm about 5-6 away from the end.
Yeah. I think we're in the same chapter. Maybe you're a little ahead of me.
Where are you at?
Menion is... I think Menion is crossing into... He's almost through where he's getting on the boat.
Okay, I'm past that point.
Yeah, he's getting on the boat. And he's just about ready to rescue that person on the boat.
Okay, yeah, I'm past that point.
Yeah. So she's been able to read at night, and I haven't. So.
And also, it's been one of the few things that's been able to keep me up, which
So
is good.
She finally caught up with me again. So yeah.
And I'm not cheating by using the audiobook this time. I'm actually reading it.
So it's harder for me to read when Daddy complains about it. So I can't read if he's wanted the light out. So that's my reading time. So I don't know when I'm gonna finish. We'll see. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's good.
Okay. I want to thank Bella Socks for her donation of yarn to the podcast. It's a very nice size donation, and we are using it as prizes. As we said, you noticed for the 300 member giveaway, we are using one of her donations as that, part of one of her donations for that. Want to thank Mariette for hers, Maria Wilhelmina. She also gave us several things. We had some very nice comments left on our last podcast on YouTube. Want to thank you all for those comments. Somebody had left a comment. It was a really sweet comment, and actually there were two people who left some comments, and I could not for some reason reply directly to them. So I don't know if you get notifications when you get replies, but if you didn't receive a response from us, check and see if it wasn't under your comment, stacked under your comment, but as a new comment, because I couldn't get it in there. It wouldn't let me for some reason. So, but we do appreciate the comments. They make us smile and they make us happy. So we had some
even if we aren't able to respond right away.
Yeah, we're very appreciative of all our viewers who are so sweet to give us nice comments wherever you give them. Please remember to visit the thread to say what your favorite holiday cookie and movie is, so that you can be eligible for the 300 member drawing. We want this drawing to be open to active members, so please do get on the RAV group and become a member and put your 2 cents into that thread. Even if you say I don't have a favorite, that's fine.
At least, some participation.
Some participation, so that we can get out these 3 prizes to somebody, because we like giving out prizes. And then we will draw for those winners just before the podcast next week, so we can get all our prizes that have to go out. We do thank our winners from the Cardiac Along for being patient with us.
Yes.
And if you haven't gotten us your address, please get it to us so we can get your stuff out with everything else that we have to mail out. We'd appreciate that as well. Anything else?
No, sounds good to me.
Okay, we'd like to wish everybody a wonderful week. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. If you're in the States, we had a holiday. Enjoy your knitting, crocheting, whatever crafting or anything else that makes your heart happy, and we hope to see you next week.
Denise, my hair.
Denise's fault?
Uh-huh.
We had to say it, Denise. We love you, Denise. This is Pen, Hook, and Needles Podcast, episode 124, and that's a wrap.